recently upgraded my equipment. Finally got a brand new Takeuchi TL8r2. Been a long time waiting on this machine to come in. Farming Tractor hooked me up. My sales guy Cameron down there did an awesome job putting the deal together for me and taking my old Bobcat in on trade. So we're gonna get the brush cutter loaded up and go do a job. Running my Express Steel 72-inch HD brush cutter. I had to upgrade from my old one. I ended up breaking it, sheared the main shaft right off, cutting too big of material. So I upgraded to this one. It's got the heavier flywheel on it. Three main blades. And even comes with the barbed wire catch on it. So far this thing's done everything I've asked of it. But yeah, it's a pretty good combination. I don't know, the more I use Express Steel stuff, the more I like it, you know, for the price at least. And you can get into this brush cutter for $6,800, which is a good way to start out for sure. So I guess we'll talk about this machine a little bit as we ride down the road. For anybody wanting a little info if they're looking for new machines. So Takeuchi, they come standard with, I'd say it's probably a 3/8, maybe a little thicker ballistic glass on the front already if you get the high flow model, which is a nice, you know, $1,400 to go buy one and put one on these other machines that don't come with them. But I was going back and forth on, you know, Kubota, Takeuchi. I don't know, to me, John Deere and Cat are just too expensive for what you get. I mean, they're nice machines, but I always like hydraulic over hydraulic controls. I don't know, they're just more responsive to me, so I think Kubota and Takeuchi are the two main ones that do hydro over hydro pilot controls. But yeah, I don't know, I was comparing the 75-3 to this one, and of course the Farming Tractor, they were a lot more willing to help me out with the financing than Kubota. And it's just little weird things, you know. Takeuchis are, to me, built a little stronger and heavy dutier than a Kubota. There's differences though, you know. The Kubota has a one-piece sealed cab, the new Dash 3. It's got the touch screen. This one only has, you know, a screen like that. You gotta push the buttons, but I mean, all that stuff is just simple, you know, all that touch screen and push button start. This one still has a key. You know, that's just stuff that can possibly mess up on you, especially the push button start. I don't like that. I'd rather have a key any day. But I don't know, it's just the little things, like this one has a bigger cab on it. You know, it's got a cup holder and storage box on that side, a cup holder and a storage box on the left side of it. You know, big storage compartment back there. I would say the door on the Kubota is a little easier to open, but you know, the door on this one is way more robust than the Kubota's. You know, just the frame, the way it opens, the track. It's got plenty of leg room down here. Got the foot pedal. Another big selling point for the TL8 was the high flow on this one. They're both, you know, they both basically have the same motor, but the Takeuchi's got 33 gallon a minute on high flow. I think the Kubota's 29 point something. And the radial lift, if you're not loading dump trucks or lifting stuff up all the time, you know, I went from a vertical lift to the radial lift, and by far I like the radial lift better for grading dirt. And, you know, it's got a lot more cutting and breakout force, it seems like, and there's a lot less grease points and stuff that you have to maintenance, you know, with those pins and bushings. You know, on the radial lift, there's just each end of the cylinder and then the pivot point in the back. And on a radial lift, it's clear out the back window. You don't have that crossbar that goes in the back, so seeing out the back window is a breeze. I mean, this one has the auto shift on it, and something that I like this has is the creep mode. You know, you can activate creep mode and just have it set to where you're, you know, full stick forward. It will only go so fast. I haven't used it yet, but it's definitely available. What else do I like about this machine? Really everything. I mean, it's, man, going from that old Bobcat T190 to this thing is just incredible difference. I mean, it's just like night and day. This will be the first time running my brush cutter on here, so you know, I can already tell you it's going to be a world of difference in cutting. Unfortunately, the job we're going to, speed bump. Fortunately, the job we're going to is just a small brush. There's nothing really big like some of those other jobs I was doing, but yeah. I think of anything else that's awesome about this, I'll let you know. Oh yeah, the roof. Comes with the roof rack. Protect you if anything falls. And it's got actual glass on top, so it's not like that plastic that'll fog up and get scratched up over time, which is nice. Anyways, do a time lapse, get the rest of the way there. between these trees right here. See how this thing goes. Man, this thing is so much nicer than the Bobcat. It's ridiculous. I can't even hear my brush cutter turning. It's weird. I gotta back up just to even make sure I'm cutting. I guess it is. had a chunk of wood shoot out, hit a tree, bounce back, and hit the machine. Luckily it was just a piece of wood, but man. Finished little look of what we did today. Just kind of cleaning out around these trees. Goes down the hill, backing around. Just first stage of cleaning all this stuff up.